Invite to the pledge of allegiance for a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic.
Welcome everybody to the June meeting. Start off with the roll call, please. Here. Here. Nick. Here. Rich. Hi. Here. Dan is not here. We'll open up the public session on agenda items only. Anybody for agenda items only? District building report. Joseph?
Not a lot going on, over the station. It was a quiet month. We didn't have any repairs over there. I spoke to Bob a couple times during the month just to make sure things were okay and everything's okay. The big thing on the agenda is we have a meeting July 10th at 4 o'clock.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, sorry. Yeah, the 19th. July 19th, 4 o'clock at our station with our team from Winesville, Ed's team, and Bob from the district, and I'm not sure if any of the commissioners are going to be there, but we're looking forward to taking a good look at the new prints and see what's got going up and go from there. I didn't mean to break your neck, Bob, sorry.
Mary. Bob, do you have anything on that contract for any?
Yes, the two AIA documents, one for the architectural and the other for construction management, were forwarded. I forwarded them to Terry, along with the previous pre-referendum services and scope of work that the board had signed with Penny. So Terry's looking that over. I'm looking it over. I put it out into Dropbox. Would encourage the board to take a look at it. And Terry said we'll have this ready for a recommendation to be approved for next month, which it will be fine, in line with everything. This way, if Terry finds some areas that we have to go back and forth with Ed, we can do that. So we'll have the final version ready next month.
President's report. Start with the precinct.
We had two facility use requests. First being VIP for their family day on August 19th. And then 6 p.m. Second being New York City Homeland Security on August 23rd and 24th. Excuse me. From 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Requesting this meeting room for an ICS 300 or 400 writing meeting. 400 meeting. And then we have a proposed new member, David Gonzalez. His application has been submitted. And that's all.
Last was president. He just has one building use form for Nick Brown for a gender reveal party on the 16th this month. Looks like they're just using the meeting room. And that's it. Approval of the prior monthly meeting minutes. Good to me. Motion to approve. All in favor?
I'll stay, so it's probably, I'll vote there, so I love it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. Treasury report.
Okay, here comes the bank recs for your review, the initial and signing off. Okay. See, the key banks, we still, the money market account, key bank is closed, we still have a checking account, we're closing it this month. Left it open because the 2% money was coming in at the beginning of July. I didn't want to close it out, we have a problem with the new bank account, so we'll be closing that out. Yeah, or during this month. Anyhow, while I'm at it, we received $36,581.32 for the 2% refunding. The key bank checking account has a balance of $78,401 and $1.12, earning $26.17 worth of interest for the month of June. The Bank of Greene County, the money market account, has a balance of $1,303,000. Less. $633.53. Of that amount, the general fund is $326,019.04. Capital reserve equipment is $546,033.50. Capital reserve building is $379,124.30, and capital reserve repairs $52,536.69. The checking account with the Bank of Greene County, $42,378.83. Checking account earned $176.55 worth of interest. The money market account earned $3,211.90. And then I almost thought about last month taking a long vacation with this money that we received from the bonds that are in the Vine Skill Capital Project account. No. And that account has a reconciled balance of $2,506,081.21, earning over $6,000 worth of interest per month. All the bank recs are attached for your review. I also included copies of all the canceled checks. That was one of the issues that came up with the CPA, the auditors, is they wanted the board to really look at the canceled checks to make sure they're not made out of Canis, Hannigan, or something like that. Or I won't really plus one. So they're in there. There's also a listing about 4 pages from the back of all the checks that were cut in the month of June. They're paid to dollar amount. And you also see that the June 30th balance reconciles with the balance in the bank rec. And then the final 3 pages are kind of like a snapshot of where we are through the June 30th in our spending. The breakdown of the expenditure so far, total expenses are about $853,000. We budgeted $1.2 million, so we have about $350,000 in here. Bob keeps them down, like this month is $33,000. We're doing pretty well as cash left over. Get a new aerial or something like that. And that's the extent of my report.
Resolution. Second by Rich. Roll call, please.
Rich, Nick, Chris.
Aye.
Aye.
Do the approval of the monthly invoices.
I reviewed them. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I'm checking which relations.
I'm sorry, there's one that I was deficient in giving Bob. Well, Jim Oliver gave me his hours late, he gave me on Saturday, he texted me his hours. So we do have another $212.98 in additional expenses. So the new total will be $33,274.60. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll add it tomorrow.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion
Resolutions.
I'll second it. Second by Nick. Roll call.
Rich.
Aye.
Nick. Aye. Chris.
Aye.
Fine. Aye.
Correspondence.
Yes, received Key Bank FDIC insurance assets ending 6/30/2023. We did receive the primary election notification from North Greenbush Town Clerk for the 6/27/23 primary here, which already happened. Everything went well. And I just put in the notice for the sale of the surplus TSU 9. We sold that for $2,550. Still waiting on the check. It usually takes them about 2 to 3 weeks to process everything. They'll send us the check and nothing on sent.
Old business. Just a JCI contract.
Yeah, Brian has the details.
Yeah, basically, Bob was in contact with the vendor, got them basically sharpened their pencil. So you can see it's in folder also in the business, but basically by year to year savings over the next 3 years, they kind of cut down like $3,000 per year. That number will change once the new wine skill stuff comes online a little bit, but basically in the Dropbox, if you look through the document, you can see where they first off, they actually identify systems, so when they just write down ABC, we actually know what they mean now. Also, they remove some different items like yellow, would indicate that they're off the contract, so to speak. Good savings, basically, we're just under $10,000 over the course of 3 years. That was a lot of work from Bob and then kind of down a bit on it. Sorry.
Any questions?
I mean, we're paying, I won't say top dollar for this. We're all comfortable with the service we're getting from these guys.
Yeah.
It seems to be, I just want to.
Yeah, I was just telling Brian that if we were to have them come in a la carte, just take care of, do the PM, like the spring PM or the fall PM, we'd probably be looking at $4,000 to $5,000 for both stations. Just that's spring and then in fall. But now we're getting more services. We're getting 3 services on the boilers, and so I think it's definitely, this is the way to go, because we have to have these RTUs serviced at least twice a
I think
year.
we paid the price in past years for not having contract service. Like piecemealing it, a la carte, as you're saying.
I mean, I understand every now and then you lose a heat exchanger, you lose this, you're putting, a couple thousand, 3,000 into those units, but those units are very expensive.
Generally, you hear people arguing against service contracts with upfront costs. I'll make we're ready to approve it, or?
I don't see what else, just got questions.
No, I read through it and see anything pop up that we're replacing, still that they are gonna service every mistake now, so. Everything was good on my end.
I would, if we're ready, we're ready.
Second. President made by Frank, seconded by Brian. So, roll please. Brian. Aye. Chris. Aye.
Nick.
Rich. Aye. New business. We have our contract is up with Lynn Kane. I don't think anything has changed. No. Everything's still the same.
Everything's the same, and the price.
Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns?
Well, see the MTUs that are participating and are happy with the service they're getting and
They-
the quality of the training they're getting.
Chris, what the board has done in the past is polled the chiefs on that too, just.
Yep.
I haven't had any complaints.
Adam?
Yes, we look different.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that a 1-year contract?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is. 'Cause I
Yep.
think we did this last year too.
So one,
Maybe make a note, so if it's up in July or August, a couple months in advance, so if we really want to do something, we can research it a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not saying we're gonna, but I mean, wait until the contract's up, then we're on the hot seat to try to get something done.
Yeah.
I'm not having any complaints, so.
Well, the ambulance is talking about changing medical directors, so that could change the direction that this goes to. Your overall medical. director.
Well, this doesn't link to our medical director.
Nope.
This is
Nope.
recommended to.
Our training, our EMT training doesn't link to.
No, our medical director is with Dr. Cardos, and that's through the firm. I forget which one it is that she's working through.
Right, right. I have a resolution. Going to contract with Lynn Kane for 1 year.
Second.
Roll call.
Brian, aye. Chris,
Aye.
Nick, aye. Rich.
And surplus of the existing utility non-discussions. Obviously, put that.
The new one should, I would think by next month's meeting, the new one will be in service. We'll be ready to start to cut the old one. If that's our intent. Now we got the new one, you hear people, oh, well, the old one's really not that bad, we can use it for, and they can list off more things, which is not really what it is.
Obviously, we'll put that up when it's time on
International.
Auctions International.
We should get a decent dollar for it. There are people that are willing to, they're home mechanics that are willing to put the time into that, replacing parts that need to be replaced and take care of it.
Yeah, the market is starting to like go down a little bit on these vehicles. And so, I mean, that's why we put that in there, that if the board wanted to consider taking action, then that way, let's say this new truck goes into service in 2 weeks, then I could be ready to get it right out.
I would say to, when Shane tells Bob that he's happy with the new one, everybody's qualified, and he's be qualified in the one, it's in service, it's ready to go. That we, at that point, of the surplus piece, start to take action. No sense in letting it sit there until I take.
We just gotta give them the authority. now.
Right, that's right,
That was the resolution.
right.
Yeah, that would be a resolution.
Acting for the-
Why, you're looking for a truck to pull that trailer?
Maybe. Not adding yet extra zero this time.
You give that $25,000 trailer you bought?
Still sleeping in the garage.
I'll second that resolution. Roll call.
I'm not talking to you. Brian, aye. Chris,
Aye.
Nick,
Aye.
Rich.
Aye.
Chief's report. Rico?
Want us to let her go first?
You want over? I just did my chief.
No, I don't want to feel left out.
I just did my chief.
Oh, it's feeling short. All right. It'll be under two. That's that questions. Obviously, we're going tomorrow for the final build visit or whatever you want to call it. So hopefully we'll get an idea when we'll be in service or when we'll get it. Goals for the month, pretty nonchalant, bunch of nonsense other than the trail rescue call down at the tech park. So that's the second one we've had in a couple of years. Finding it difficult to try to locate the patients where they are. They have no idea where they are. So tomorrow, Assistant Chief Sheen and myself will be meeting with Ranger Jackson. We're going to try to come up with a plan to try to mark the trails or something, see what he thinks. That's all I have. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Nope. I think you guys did very well on that trail call. Honestly, myself.
It was a little chaotic. It was wrong location. He doesn't know who, and
Still made it there.
yeah. I like down.
Yeah, that's a long walk.
I know those woods very well.
That's good.
That's all I have.
Purchase.
Good purchase.
Oh, I thought yeah, the purchases.
we put in there for up to 10 sets of the non-interior gear. It may be that high, but it probably will not be. So that's what we have there. I think, Chief Littlefield only put it in, so most of that number is fine.
All right, so for Warren Skill, we have a small purchase of Milwaukee batteries and spare tools. Basically, we're at that life point with the Milwaukee batteries. They're starting to come of age and have faults where they won't take charge. So we're trying to get ahead of that curve. Let's see, Van Hollen service and repairs, nothing too wild, just the exhaust off 427. Call volume at St. Jude's is still pretty low, which is nice. No word yet on the air compressor repair. And for extrication equipment purchase for the year, we did a demonstration with Rescue 42 from MES. So we had the vendor come out and show us a bunch of the stuff they have. And then we also have one scheduled for August with Paratech. Tomorrow night, Vandermolen's going to be coming with a Sutphen SPH 100, which is the largest aerial that Sutphen has available. The demo piece for the year. So they're going to bring that over before the monthly meeting. So if anyone wants to stop over and check it out, it's supposed to be there at 6 p.m. We're continuing to go through the physicals. The Winter Street Bridge closure began today. That's supposed to be 3 weeks. I don't think it's going to really affect responses for North Greenbush too much, but it takes away one of our options. And the Brown family gender reveal. To follow up with the board on that, they wanted to use the apparatus to spray the colors water. So we did do a test. And basically, we're using the foam inductor off the bumper discharge of 427, and there's no issues with the dye, the water, and such. So you can flush the whole thing out, comes out nice and clean, and no residual issue. So that's the backup on that one. The last thing I have is make the second request to begin the committee for the replacement of truck work.
So on that, I know last month we discussed a little bit of it. We would like to have that new committee, the apparatus needs committee, meet, go through the truck, do the report, be able to hand it in to us, give us some time to read it, and then move forward on it. I've been in contact with Rich, and I kind of like his
Trying to find that email I sent you.
yeah, his plan on it.
I kind of laid out a proposed, here it is. Okay, sorry. Well, first we got to have Bob pull that resolution that we did establishing the standing apparatus committee. Make sure that we're all familiar with it, clear on it. Get you two chiefs, so you can whatever. Give the committee till a set date. I pull October out of my hand or something else. To review all the apparatus, write the report, present it to the at the October meeting, because that committee is supposed to do an annual look at all the apparatus and come back and say, this is where we are. This is our recommendations. This is where the timeline can be adjusted up, down, collapsed, or whatever. We get a month to digest it. And by November, you guys come back with recommendations for members for the committee. And either November or December, we act on the recommendations and actually form the committee. That way we're getting everything in order. From all the bases, we've established this committee to roll into what it is you propose. We all recognize that it needs to be done. But we want to make sure that all the ducks are. That's my take. I don't think that sets us back.
What was the year supposed to get replaced?
I'm sorry, what?
What years for two on the schedule?
I think it's 27, but I'm not
28.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
still want to stipulate, so, because I'm just thinking the lead times are getting outrageous. And, so, you know, just looking at the bills today, it's like, spending almost $35,000 on repairs already.
Yeah, we had some big repairs.
I'd like to see a firm date, like when this committee meets once a year. I know that's gonna bring up long range plan properly this time. Not development review. Yeah, just a set time on this report should we do each year going
Yeah,
forward.
we didn't do that when we did the original resolution. We just said annually. So maybe we do need to.
Maybe more mid-year.
Let's get that committee going, and if they come back and say, hey, we got this at the, we're all done in September, we can take it back in October. August.
I think it's pretty obvious that's
But if they come back September 1st and say, here's the report, that moves everything up 30 days. So that would be my proposal. Now we handle it. The first thing, Bob, can you pull that resolution? Make
I'll
sure
send
it's
it. Yep.
Circulated.
Yep.
And then the chiefs can get those committee members going and say, hey, let's get a review going of what these trucks look like. And if you need to add people to help to do that, you can, but the committee is actually the people that are the nation. I don't know who they are.
I'll give that email.
I don't know who they are.
Any members?
Yeah.
Jeff Steer, Keith Slupsky from DeFriesville, Brandon Galligan, I believe.
That sounds right.
And then I think Scott Kennedy, John Carroll, and somebody else.
TJ?
TJ Fitzpatrick, yep.
Who was the third one?
TJ.
I agree with them. Let's get them together and
Get it going.
get it together this month. This process is moving a little bit faster.
And I think we'll get a better product if they don't work 3 and 3. You know, they don't need all 6 of them to look over a truck. Let's get some different eyes on some of this stuff. Don't even notice something that's, geez, we haven't been looking at that. We haven't been thinking about that. That'll be the best product.
So the last thing I have is, yesterday, Squad 42 was delivered out to Gowan Knight in Connecticut for that work that we had proposed. So I spoke to them, this morning, and they're making progress on our work.
Before we approve the chief's purchases, he was gonna jump right into our standing committees and the apparatus. We do have one purchase. Did you want to go over that?
Yeah, one of the things that the committee on utility 9 looked at when we were doing the design work was the ineffectiveness of those fold-out bases for the traffic sign. And we felt, talking to the fire police on the committee and the members of the committee, that one of the reasons they don't get used as often as they should be is because those bases are just so hard and clunky to set up by yourself. I'm looking at them and trying it by myself. I'm just kind of surprised we haven't had somebody break a finger with one of them, trying to do it by yourself. But we found a base for those signs that the county's using. And actually, Bob did some research, and we found a couple different manufacturers and suppliers on them. They're basically a heavy, hard rubber piece with a fold-up stand at the bottom that only comes up about 12 inches. And that holds the entire flag. Now, that doesn't get it the 6 feet off the ground that we probably ought to have if we're on an interstate. We still got the bigger bases for that if we need it. But for setting them up on a local road, they should be, it's what they use these days for construction. For any of the temporary signs. So, supposing we buy 4 of them, Joe at, Automotive Solutions has looked at them in paper and said, yeah, you can build a stand to hold the stands on the pull-out tray, so they won't be flopping around or banging around in there. We put them in a stand, and we buy 4 of them, and that way we'll see if we can get those signs utilized more and make them safer. So that's a 420. I found a couple of them. One is a little bit lighter And just slightly lighter, there's a couple bucks cheaper, so that's what only increased slightly. So 420 for the 4. So I would propose we make a resolution.
Say, but is that for just for utility nine? I mean, something that-
For now, yeah, if they work well and we determine that, hey, they're a great solution, we got to extend it out to utility 4.2, we buy a few more. I don't know how many fold out signs they have.
I don't think do or not, it's just.
They
thinking
pull out
of
those
safety.
pull out signs, you have 3. So, I mean, if we find that these are good, and we want, you know. Pardon?
We don't know, 15, it's your person, more signs still.
Yeah, but the whole idea was, they're different occasions,
Cool.
left arrow, right arrow.
That's the wall. Multiple.
Yeah.
I had a DOT engineer.
So we have a resolution to purchase sign basings. Second that. Roll call.
You want to make that purchase, all the purchases together, like
Yeah,
the
you're-
Yeah, I have no problem with that. The gear look fine, the,
Is that all right?
the battery, the ones, the batteries look fine.
Right.
Resolution, make all 3 purchases.
Aye.
Chris.
Aye.
Aye.
Rich.
Aye.
Alrighty. Building and grounds. Right? Report. District personnel, right?
Yeah, no, over.
You have a new member, come on. Yes. Finance, audit, Nick.
I have nothing on Sean.
I did receive the final audit report, so I'll forward that out to you all. And we're starting to work on the budget, so if anybody has anything they want to buy, they can send me information regarding that, so we can get working on the budget. That's all I have.
Long range planning, Brian, Nick.
I was gonna say, it's kind of what we were touching on earlier about the committee thing, it kind of ties to the Sean with the budget, you know. I know we got pull the resolution, so to speak, to form the committee, but you know, I'd like to see them report earlier in the year. That way it's just a surprise, like, you know, get in October, November,
And the budget cycle's done.
something like, you know, maybe committees, you know, January 1st, it's New Year 2024. In like till April 1st. Yeah, that gives them 4 months, basically 3 months to form a full report, because you, once you figure out the money side of it, we're not getting blindsided like in October. Oh my God, 9 and 6 just blew. Yeah. So to think about what they could do with resolution.
Policy and procedures membership, Nick, Brian.
And a motion for the Raven. Membership for DFD, right?
Yep. We have a motion to accept. New member for the preschool, we have a second. Second. Second by Brian, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Chris, you also have those facility use requests.
Yep. So we got Nick Brown, obviously it's gender reveal. We have a motion,
Family, DFD family.
yeah, and we got Frankie's, using the classroom and a family picnic. We have a motion to approve.
I was gonna say.
I shouldn't make a motion.
Is that class open to?
If somebody go, I mean, they gotta have,
Qualifications.
they gotta have 300.
384.
Second by Nick, second by Brian. Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? OSAT, Brian, Nick, Chiefs, Presidents.
I have a small little thing, and I'm really doing under the chief's report, don't know which way it falls. Over Wine Skill, Do we need to assist JO with getting reports out? Do we need to help them with any training on software? I've heard some complaints that we haven't had any updated on our call sheets downstairs, any quarterly reports done. Is there anything that we can assist to help things move along over there? Or is it just?
I didn't hear your response.
Yeah, that's told me.
I think, 'cause I know the downstairs chief is,
I know Brittany needs, help from the clips to go into the computer and get all the Alpine completely set up. So that might be what the issue is.
We'll be good to facilitate that.
Well, I mean, JO can't print the attendance reports.
we have not done, there's no printed downstairs, so I just don't know if it's just Jim not understanding it. Like I said, I still want to get too far into the year where we, into July here.
Are you talking about your LoSAP report? Isn't,
I know where I stand because I know what I show up to and I don't, so, but. So, like I said, it's something that we need to help Jim out with, it's.
I'll get with Bonnie and with the chief and Brittany, but Bonnie's there for JO if he needs help. I mean,
I know.
Bonnie can print the report over here for Weinskill. She can do that. That needed to be done. I'm just saying that's, anybody can go on the system and print it. That has access to do it. So I'll talk to Bonnie and see if she can help Jim get those reports printed. And I know Brittany was looking to get the software loaded onto her laptop. And there was a little issue that she's working with Dave Young with. But I mean, there's other ways to print the reports is what I'm saying. So we'll.
Yeah, you can look into that.
Yep.
Or consider further.
Yep.
Thank you, that's all I have.
You got IT,
I have nothing.
nothing. Development plan review, hey, Brian,
Nothing new in the fight, just, I guess, Chick-fil-A probably possibly out this month, so.
you got the meeting at Chick-fil-A, right?
Chick-fil-A meeting is 10 o'clock on Wednesday, 10 fire district's going to be represented by Assistant Chief Sheehan.
Okay.
That's a Chick-fil-A meeting. There's rumors, if you read the Facebook rumors, there's, don't believe them, but Chick-fil-A is opening June or July 21st. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. They don't even have permanent power. They don't even have the transformers there for the permanent power yet. So everything's still gonna be wired up, tested. They're on Coolidge, fired up, they're nowhere near being ready to open.
Guy at Southern Management basically announced on Facebook that they're expensive.
We will have a good idea, so we will have a firm idea. We have a good idea now, firm idea as to when Chick-fil-A is opening here.
No, I.
So you have, and with? Paramedic operations, Rich, everything?
Just glad to see that you're ordered, so thank you for all the work that went into that, appreciate it. Good to see that.
Public session, anything for public session, open public session. Okay. Confirmed by Rich, seconded by
I'll second it.
Nick, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried.
It's got a record.
You beat last month.
Because Danny